This study is on the structuring of middle school bell schedules and the impact this has on student performance. The study is taking place at two pretty prestigious, affluent community schools that are in a high performing district in California, Southern California, that have been performing at a high level for a while now. However, the evaluation of the middle school schedule is taking an impact on evaluating what other things we can do to have students succeed and close the achievement gap at these schools. There are four avenues that we'll be looking at in regards to this study. One would be block scheduling. We would also have traditional scheduling, start times, and structuring of the school day. The four of those will each be analyzed from a literature review standpoint, a methodology standpoint, discussion limitations, and we will look at how each of them kind of impact student performance and how having that block schedule or having that traditional schedule or what time the school starts and how you structure the day impacts the success of students on a daily occurrence. So to begin, we talk a little bit about traditional bell schedules. Traditional bell schedules are a kind of the mainstream academics over the years, where it's a 6 to 8 periods per day. It's one of five main types of bell schedules, and they're typically anywhere from 45 to 55-minute classes. You'll have about anywhere between 6 and 8 of them in a day, and it's just your basic bell schedule from years past, and you have your basic curriculum embedded into it, and it's why it's called traditional. It's the old school bell schedule. We then have what we call a block bell schedule. And a block bell schedule, as you can see in the quote here, has become increasingly common at the secondary level as a means of addressing multiple issues, including opportunities for more electives, changing the instructional design of lessons to promote student learning in different modalities. The block bell schedule provides depth and complexity, an opportunity to go deeper, an opportunity to connect more with students, and we evaluate, in terms of the literature review portion of this study, on how that greatly impacts student success with the block schedule method. So as you can see, one of five is traditional, so therefore 4 out of the main 5 types of bell schedules nowadays are block schedules. So that's a great aspect to really analyze there and see how they impact student performance. The next avenue that we discuss in the literature review is the start times. The start time of the school day continues to be a much debated topic throughout the educational system. It really has to do with the change in sleep patterns, the onset of awakening and delays, when the brain's able to function at a high level, and at what grade and what age it makes the most sense. So we really analyze that to the aspect of, okay, how can we make sure we're setting students up to be successful, and does our start time allow our children to be successful? And the final aspect of the literature review portion of the study is the structuring of the day. There's been much on topic or debated topic in regards to embedded services throughout the school day. How do you find time to embed interventions and supports, supportive relationships, and time for collaboration among students and teachers, interdisciplinary team organization? I mean, these are all aspects that you're trying to balance in the structure of the school day, and leaders have the challenge of really working to create this environment. On a traditional bell schedule, you really are limited on what you can do. However, we're seeing throughout the study that on a block bell schedule, there's more time to embrace these structures of the day and embed these services throughout it. So the methods and analysis, we have an integrated block scheduling at 2 middle schools with similar demographics. Over the course of the first 2 years, we'll be analyzing the test scores, the DF list, attendance, discipline, EL scores, SPED scores, and comparing how they're shifting in the first 2 years of being on block compared to the year prior on traditional, and see if, in fact, shifting to the block schedule does have those profound impacts on student performance. It'll be a 2-sample t-test for each category, and really seeing and comparing those means. And there will also be an interview of parents and students regarding shifts to block. As you can see, there was a study that was done, or a survey that was done, and it was the majority were in favor of a block schedule. So that was interesting to see how the parents are starting to embrace this new method. of integrating into a block schedule, seeing the protocol, seeing the benefits of that. And then the results and discussion. Some of the things we have to keep in mind is the equity of the study. Since there was two affluent schools in an affluent neighborhood, you really are lacking the ecological validity, and that's something to keep in mind because it's a low percentage of EL, a low percentage of low socioeconomic, and so we really aren't getting a full range of students when comparing this study. So you got to keep in question the equity of the study, and the lack of adequate subpopulations is a viable threat to this study. The dissemination of the data will be taken through a number of different avenues. So, it'll be through board presentations, AXA presentations, it'll be through parent presentations, staff collaboration presentations, faculty meetings. All will be opportunities to present the staff, present the district, present the community with the findings. And so in conclusion, it's the questions of whether and how the organization of school class schedules affects class accomplishment has risen periodically as part of the debate over holistic change in educational institutions. So this study is hands-on a big topic right now in how we are looking at students and how we are looking at structuring of the day. It's an ongoing topic. It's an ongoing debate, has been for a while, and it continues to be. And the study here showed that there are some aspects to consider when looking at it and breaking it down into those avenues of the bell schedule, of the structure in the day, of the start time. All have profound impact on the number one most important thing, which is student achievement. And this study showed that all four of those do greatly impact student achievement. So thank you for listening today. Thank you for taking part in this study, and have a wonderful day. Take care.